Well, welcome back to another exciting episode of our podcast. I'm rare coin expert Walt Durham,
and industry veteran Ben Parker.
and we make up the coin guys from Texas. And today we're going to be talking about Ultra Breaks, the new kid on the block. Because we talked about CACG, they were the new kids on the block. So now we got the Backstreet Boys of the coin industry, the other new kids on the block. But first, as always, we like to go over gold, silver, and platinum prices with you guys so that y'all can stay current and we can have a little discussion about that. So where's gold at right now, Benjamin?
All right. So right now we're seeing gold at 2,038. This is, it's up, it's down, but it's...
When in doubt, zoom out.
When in doubt, zoom out. That's tried and true. So if you think about it, we've seen it up, we've seen it down, and it's still trending upward. So we're up since the last episode. It's been a week, and I'm still maintaining my forecast. I'm going to say it a million times. $2,430 by the end of the year, at least once. I think it could do more, but at 2,038 right now, we're up a little bit. There's a little bit more demand, and we're doing good as far as that goes. Silver, it's up on the day. It's $22.97 right now. So I think, we talked previously about how silver is a really good buy right now. I think we're still at that point because gold's moving a little bit higher than it is. So, if you've been thinking about silver,
some people or somebody made a comment one time saying like, y'all keep talking about silver and while it continues to tank, it really isn't tanked. It's stayed right, but it bounces between $21.80 and $23.50. It's just like once it breaks out of that, I was talking to somebody the other day, and they had sent me an article that says calling for $30 silver soon, and it was based on a 1.5 billion ounce deficit of something. I didn't get to read the article yet, obviously. Sorry, I'm not as informed as I should be, I guess. But no, I personally, I think silver's cheap, and I like to hear that it's close to 23. I think if it could ever break 24 and hold there for a second, then then we're going to really see some signs of it moving. Yeah. But I've said this every episode, I believe. I always kind of judge what's going on with just us here, and the amount of silver that we are moving is phenomenal right now.
Yeah.
I mean, customers getting thousands of ounces. Yeah. And it lets you know that we're not the only ones who think it's cheap. And I come from just a sheer, neutral place saying this is what's happening. We have multiple customers buying monster boxes of this and multiple monster boxes and, kilos. And there's a lot of silver coming out of these doors lately.
Yeah. More than normal, I would say. It's something that's caught our attention. Yeah. And here's the thing. People say, oh man, silver tanked. Silver's down, man. It's down way more than it's been in a while. Not really. I remember back in, I want to say maybe it was the beginning of 2021. I was on a train ride and we stopped off in this small town somewhere in Texas, and I was walking through the town, and we stopped in at this, I don't know, I guess it was more of a antique store, if anything. But at the front, in these types of places, maybe you're the same way. I'm on vacation. I can't stop thinking about coins. I see these coins in a display case, and I remember just to make sure that it was a decent buy. It was nothing crazy. I think it was junk silver, but I can't help but to pick up silver if it's a good price. And I remember the spot price was close to $25 at that time. So even from then, when there was arguably a lot more demand, if we're really only down about $2, I don't consider that tanking. No, it's not that big. So,
yeah, I mean it is 10% of of the value.
But really, what are you? You're holding it, right? You're stacking silver.
I'm with you. I'm just saying, like, I mean, I could see the argument, but it's not tanking. Like to me, like if silver hits 16 or 17, okay, that's taking. But then I'm buying.
I'm buying as much as I possibly can. Yeah.
I like I've said this before, man. I remember 2008 watching this like $11, $12 silver going, I need to back the truck up on this. Yeah. But it's hard. It's hard to catch that falling knife. They call it a falling knife. Nobody wants to grab the falling knife, because you don't know how far it's going to go. and it's a mindset. But if you're in it for the long term, recognize the discounts, purchase the discounts, save yourself some money, and then you'll be all right. Or as Matthew McConaughey likes to say, all right, all right, all right.
Well, next up we got, last episode we talked about platinum and palladium and how, I don't want to say necessarily they work inversely of each other, but these two metals, that one will be on top for a little bit. They'll take turns being the king out of the two. And right now, platinum's at $902. So we're up a little bit, $4 on the day. And palladium is at $967. I really don't like palladium right now, but we're seeing that the disparity, that gap, get smaller and smaller between the two. And I think we're going to see platinum, it is more of an industrial metal in some regard, but we're going to see platinum, I think, probably this maybe in the next 3 months, probably going to see platinum.
What blows my mind is that platinum is just so significantly less than gold. Yeah. I mean, especially when I first started in this business years ago, platinum was always more than gold. I mean, just think about it. When records, they go gold and then they go platinum because platinum's,
Yeah.
And so that alone to me has always been just like perplexing. Like platinum should be more. And I know there's factors that the regular humans can't wrap our minds around. Is it manipulation? I don't know. Is it just the way the world works? I don't know. But it just does seem cheap.
It does. I mean, especially, too, if we look back and we see what it's done in the past. You don't account for inflation or anything else like that. You just look at the previous all-time high versus now. I've heard people say in this industry, if it's done it before, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when it reaches its previous all-time high. Well, I mean, that could be true, but if it takes 80 years to do it, who really wants to get involved with it? But who's to say? I can't predict the future, especially not with platinum, but I do think it's going to overtake palladium soon.
I'll say this, and I know what the argument against it's going to be, and I'll handle that, but you could call and order 100 ounces of gold from us right now, no problem. You cannot order 100 ounces of platinum from us without us going, I don't know if I can do that. Yeah. Now, people are going to say, well, the mint's not making because the demand's not there. And that could be the case. And that is some of the case.
Yeah.
But just understand that. Like you could get 100 ounces or 200 ounces of gold from us, no problem. Not happening with platinum without us going, let's check on that first.
Yeah, let me make sure.
Yeah, let's go up line to the authorized purchasers and see if we can do this. Now, could you, if you're willing to take a mixture of different mints and, bars and coins and stuff, then possibly. But yeah, platinum's tough to get, especially, we talk about it all the time. Proof 70 platinum's very tough. Burnished platinum, extremely tough. I have customers that, or clients that I've dealt with since 2008, 2009. And they thought they weren't happy with me when I told them to buy burnished platinum back then in Mint State 70. And I said, I'm telling you, the long haul of this is nuts. And, then platinum tanks and but look, the burnished platinum is non-existent in 70. It's more valuable than it was when platinum was at $2,000 an ounce. So they're extremely happy now. And because again, when in doubt, zoom out.
Yeah.
And with a lot of the stuff that we talk about, if you zoom out, if you have a long-term outlook, I mean, you're going to be okay.
Yeah.
And, but yeah, so interesting stuff going on with metal. I'm ready for it to make a move somewhere. Either start going down, start going up, all the metals. Like, let's do some moving. I think people are getting numb to the fact that we're at $2,000 gold. That is a significant deal. Gold's at an all-time high.
That's the new floor, I would say. It's held it for so long.
People need to talk about it. Like, that's a big thing. $2,000 gold being the new floor. I remember when people said gold would never get to 2,000.
Never. I mean, they call you crazy because you say it's going to get to 1,900 even before.
Right. And so, and what we're also seeing, you're seeing a lot of central banks buying gold right now. Do you know what a central bank is? Okay, what is a central bank?
So,
because I think the average person doesn't.
So basically, they determine the money being produced
Basically, so the Federal Reserve for us is a central bank.
Right.
Okay. And it's like that with other countries. Well, so the central banks are buying gold right now, tons of gold, but it's still just a minor, they're probably 95% T-bills, treasuries, and, probably 5% assets like gold. And they're saying, well, we need to buy a little bit more. And they're still only buying 2% of their assets into gold. I mean, they have so much more they could go.
Well, but the thing is they've increased since before, I like saying before COVID, but they've increased their purchase amounts since, 2020's happened. They've been doing nothing but increasing the amount that they buy.
Through kind of balance. They're doing exactly what a lot of companies like ours tell individuals to do. Diversify, start protecting some of this stuff with gold and physical assets like that.
And part of the reason why they do it is most central banks want to deal with, American currency or whatever it may be. They might have some assets that back it up. But the reason why they're going to gold and maybe silver, I haven't looked into silver for them, but mainly gold, is it's convertible to any other currency at that point. That is
correct.
It is the perfect vehicle, if you want to say, to be in if you're going to go through a volatile time. So with a lot of the changes that we're seeing, even I can't imagine a job. Could you imagine a job right now where, I believe that exists where they just do currency conversion?
Yeah.
Where they're, the US dollar to the pound or to yen. I can't imagine because there's so many swings in what's happening.
Well,
right
if you
now.
ever go to like these major, I don't know what you call them, port cities, like Orlando's big, right?
You can go there and you can.
They have like little kiosks set up almost everywhere for exchange, and they got the live tickers, kind of like gold prices, what their exchange rate is. But I think I can blow your mind right now.
Blow my mind, Walt.
Well, I think okay. So the dollar right now is really strong, and I don't think people realize that. So we're at $2,000 gold with a really strong dollar. The dollar's really strong. When you see interest rates high, it's a strong dollar. It is going to go down. It's cyclical. Everything goes up and down, right? So can you imagine what gold prices will be when the dollar is weaker than what it is? Because we're at the dollar's at a really good, strength wise.
So there's two things. When the dollar gets weaker, gold gets more expensive because it's our currency. It takes more of the US dollar to get that same amount of gold. So that's the first thing. The second thing is if interest rates get cut, gold will more than likely start to see a rise in it too. So I think it's going to be both are going to happen in unison. I think when we see interest rates being cut, we're also going to be seeing the dollar get a little bit weaker. I don't know if that's going to happen this year. I can't say specifically, but I want to bring something else up. And this isn't necessarily, it doesn't really pertain to coins, precious metals, but it's part of the stock market right now. NVIDIA. Have you seen anything about that or read anything?
Yeah.
So basically they make graphics card for computers, and they're one of the huge proponents for artificial intelligence, everything that's coming about AI, and I won't get too much into that.
Right.
But this is something that's interesting that happened, and I think we talked about it, that article that we sent out. But
oh, yeah.
So part of the reason why that's happening is NVIDIA added in a single trading day $273 billion of market cap. So imagine, the company Netflix. Everybody out there is using Netflix for streaming. They're making a lot of money hand over fist. Imagine if Netflix just, all that market cap is what was built in one day, is what Netflix is valued at. Another if Netflix just grew out of nowhere. And so we're talking about that article that I referenced earlier is...
Yeah, we sent out an email blast on that.
Yeah,
right?
we sent out an email because it talked about 1929, talked about the dot-com bust, and did it mention the 08 also?
08, yeah.
Well, it was tracking, and correct me here because I'm trying to, off memory, but it's whenever the total value of the stock market, it was the top 10%. Right.
When they cross that line.
There's a certain line, and once they get over that point, it was not a matter of if, it was just a matter of when those
Yeah.
the stocks were going to go down.
And so
from there.
the premise of the story is, are we overdue for a correction in the stock market? And a lot of people will tell you yes.
I think if one single company can add $273 billion in one day, and it's still moving. That was that day.
Right.
Now it's still moving up again today. I think we're well overdue for a correction.
I agree with you.
So I think that, in addition to the dollar and what they do with interest rates, who knows what's going to happen? It's going to be a wild year. I know that.
So if you do want to buy physical gold and silver, people are always curious about what is the price, what is stuff going for today. So gold American Eagles today, 2024 is brand new, straight from the mint, tubes to your door, $22.36.95 each. That's with a credit card, $21.71.80 with check wire ACH, and silver American Eagles are $30.84 today with credit card, and all orders over $100 ship absolutely free.
There you go.
Yep, there you go. And gold American Eagles and silver American Eagles are probably the best way to own physical gold and silver. Most popular. They don't get counterfeited much. I wish I could do a Donald Trump voice. That'd be awesome. Just,
I was never good at impersonating, but
they're perfect. Oops. They're perfect. They're beautiful. Or however he talks. But anyway, today we're going to talk about
let's get into this. I can't.
the
wait
Ultra
to talk
Breaks. Here,
about
look,
it.
I got you one to hold.
Oh my gosh.
So if y'all haven't seen the new Ultra Breaks, or like this is a new thing, right? And be honest. So we've handled the Ultra Breaks since the beginning. This is now the
third or fourth iteration of it.
yeah, because they did the Morgans. So we did the Morgan, the Mint State Morgan and Peace was the first ones. Then they did the proof and the reverse proofs. So 3. So this one's 4, and they got a 5th one coming. And they're getting better each time. So if you're not familiar with these, but first, I wanted to ask you, like when we first were like, yeah, let's carry these. I think they're cool. Were you like, man, these are gimmicky?
Okay, so I know we keep backing up from that, but
Yeah.
I want to say, first I have to explain, I guess, the process, and then we can say, whether we think it's gimmicky or not.
Yeah.
Okay, so traditional. Let's first talk about traditional coin collecting. What you do is you find a coin, circulated, whatever you want to do with it, or you buy it, and then you send it to get graded, and then you receive it back, and then you build your collection that way. Or you're looking for a really rare date, you buy it already certified from a show, you swap it with someone else for another coin. That's been the traditional way of coin collecting for a long time. Now we introduce this, and basically there's a certified coin inside this package.
Right.
Now this one, I'll just go over the premise of it, but there's a certified coin in there, and it has a special label.
Right.
So it's comparable to opening up a pack of baseball cards.
Right. So this is, I think, I don't want to say a ploy, but an effort to get the younger generation, to get more people involved in coin collecting. Because if you've ever been to a card show or like a sneaker show, like a Comic Con, it is massive. So the room for growth in coins is there.
And a lot of it's going to be with the future coin collectors in America.
Yep. The younger generation, and the younger generation really likes this stuff. But what I'm seeing is a lot of older people liking this. The millennials, the boomers, all that. They like. They're most of them are even gravitating towards this. And so, what is it like on these? These are the 2024 Silver American Eagle Ultra Breaks, back to the 80s chase packs. So, what does that mean? So they took 3,000 total coins, right? And they had them certified in 70 by PCGS. And 1 out of every 10 coins has a special gold rush label. And the label is gold. And so therefore, if it's 1 out of every 10, what is that? 300 coins? Right? Is my math right? So it will forever be. What I like about this is you can't go get PCGS to make more gold labels. Like, it's done.
It's a one-time thing.
It's a one-time thing. It's done. There will never be any more 2024 Silver American Eagles Mint Say 70 in gold labels. So it's always going to have a population of 300. And it brings a little bit more rarity to, a coin that is widely popular, very affordable. And normally, I mean, let's be honest, There's going to be a couple 100,000 coins between NGC, CACG, and PCGS of 2024 Silver Eagles and Mint State 70. So you get the rarity of a 1 in 300 label. Even with this, even if you just get the regular Ultra Break label, you're getting a coin that's one of, 2,500 or 2,200, whatever the numbers break down to. But you also have a chance, a 1 in 100 chance, so a 1% chance of getting the Infinity label, which is the special holographic label. So you really get, get some rarity out of that. And I will say this. So this is what people think are gimmicky. Well, it's just a label, right? But, some people will say, well, it's just a coin too, right? How many times have you heard individuals say, I don't care if it's 69, 68, or 70. It's just a number grade. It does matter. If it doesn't matter to you, fine. It doesn't matter to you. But
people do care about it.
It matters to a lot of people.
Yeah.
And so you're going to get a coin that's 1 in,
So for the Infinity,
30.
that's 1 in 30.
1 in 30.
Yeah.
But and this is not from not an investment aspect. I'm trying to talk about this, but like when we handled the first Morgan and Peace dollars of the Ultra Breaks, we somebody here pulled because we buy them. Like, I don't know, I'm being as honest as possible. We buy them because we like to play the games ourselves.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. We're collectors at heart. So somebody here got a gold label, and we stuck it up at auction, and I believe it got like $1,400 for a Peace dollar. That's not bad. I mean, I'm not saying every coin's going to do that. If you get a gold label, and it was probably
expect to buy this and turn around and sell it.
And it was the hype of the they just came out. So I'm not saying like, oh, if you pull an Infinity, it's going to be worth $1,000. Just because it's an Infinity label.
The market determines its worth.
Yeah, but it can. Like, I'm just saying, this literally happened. You can go look up on auction records. It sold for that. So that's cool. But what makes these packs, and I love that they're doing this with these, is they're putting the chase coins in there.
That's why the whole premise is back to the 80s.
Back to the 80s. So in there's 86, 87, 88, and 89 Mint State 70 Silver Eagles, PCGS 70s.
Yes.
And if you don't know anything about those, they are very tough to find in 70, regardless of Ultra Break or anything. So you're going to take these packs retail for $129.95. They sell out within 5 minutes on the Ultra Breaks website every time. We are fortunate enough that we are an authorized dealer with them, and so we get a small amount to sell.
Yeah.
And it's always small because we run out very quickly.
There's a lot of demand for it too. I mean,
the demand is nuts. And so you're getting a coin. You're gonna get a $129.95 coin. And the worst you're gonna get is a 1 of 2,500 Mint State 70 Silver Eagle, which most people pay for Mint State 70 Silver Eagles anyway. For some kind of first day of issue, something premium. You're gonna pay about that. And but you have the chance to get a 1986 Silver Eagle in Mint State 70, PCGS 70. I mean, that's $1,000 coin.
So if anything, you break it down, you're paying a small premium for a nice label at least, but a lot of fun. And that's the whole aspect is this is making, especially for, I don't want to say young, but like you said earlier, there's an age group that we're missing the mark with as far as coin collecting goes. And this is already bringing in a lot of people.
Right. And so what I'm seeing too, because I do get to talk to people, and this whole episode was born because I had probably a 30-minute conversation yesterday with an individual client who just loves the Ultra Breaks. And it's not just the younger generation. It's him as he called me and was like, I love this new way of collecting. It's awesome. And so what he does is he'll buy however much he can afford or willing to pay, and he gets his brothers and kids and everybody, and they go meet up at one of the family members' house, and they have drinks and they rip open packs and see what they got. And he said, I've already pulled a gold label. I pulled an Infinity on one of them. I'm like, really?
Gosh, that's awesome.
But what I'm seeing is the people who are pulling like the affinities or the chase coins, not many of them are coming back to market. So they're keeping them. They're like, I just got $1,000 coin for $129.
Why would you want to get rid of it?
Well, some people are purely
Flipping it. You just,
I mean, I've got buddies who could care less about collecting coins and they don't understand it, but they buy these packs from us because it's like a scratch off to them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, the only thing so I'll admit, the only thing I would do is if, say, I tore this open right now and it was I don't know, 1987, 88, mid-state 70. The only thing I would sell that to do is buy more of the next one. Like
Really?
that's it. Like that, I would just, the appeal of, you open one up, you can keep it, of course, but it's fun. Like part of my personality says it's fun to, you don't know what's in here. And at the worst case, you have a really nice label, you have a nice coin.
You're going to get a limited edition Mint State 70 silver eagle.
Sure, you can.
So, Vault Box was a big thing.
Yeah.
Okay, and I still kind of like Vault Box. I've kind of gone away from it. I don't follow it as much. Sorry, I do know the people who put out Vault Box, but I just don't follow it as much. Mm. The only thing I didn't like about Vault Box is, there's different weights and stuff, and like I think there's ways to
there's issues
beat the system. Yeah. Now I've heard online, and I'm going to dispel the rumor right now. I've heard online that you can cheat these, that you can take your phone, because everybody knows that PCGS. And look, PCGS, I know you don't listen to this, but somebody who works at PCGS, please share this to PCGS. Yes. Can you please take the RFID tags out of all your holders? Please go to QR codes, because, and the reason I say that is because these phones can pick up RFID tags.
Yes.
Through a lot of packaging. Mm-hmm. So thieves can steal, US mail packages because they're reading for this RFID tag, and I'm trying to pull it up now on this, and you can't.
It's deactivated.
It's deactivated for a while. I forget. I talked to him because that was one of the concerns. Is like you could go to and I'm just going to make sure that I pull up my my PCGS. Is it an NFC? And I'm scanning for it, and it is not picking it up.
Yeah.
So you can't cheat the system.
It's built that way.
It's built that way. So they really good job on them. They thought it through, and this was evident from the first pack. You can't cheat the system. People with Vault Box, unfortunately, you found out, hey, we can weigh.
And this, okay, so I want to say this too. This was already prepared. They looked at they troubleshooted what problems they might run into from the first initial release of it. Vault Box, I think me and you discovered, wait, there's something off on the first release of it, and they started off on a rocky beginning, right? I would say.
Fantastic idea. Love the guys at Vault Box. But when you bring something new to market, you're going to face challenges. But listen, there are people out there who religiously collect Vault Box labels, because they got the different cores and stuff, and there's dealers who support that market. I mean, I'm not knocking Vault Box.
Yeah.
Just personally, what I like about Ultra Breaks, and me and another dealer have talked about this, everybody's a winner.
Yeah.
Everybody's a winner. Some just win a lot more than others. And I mean, because what was one of the Vault Boxes? It was like $600 or $700.
The first one was.
Yeah, and if you didn't get a gold coin, you were down $300. Just by sheer value. You could have went out and bought the same coins. Again, not in the Vault Box holders.
Yeah. That's because that's what happened to me. I bought a Series 1 Vault Box.
Oh, that's right, you did.
And I got 3 Silver Eagles. I mean, nothing bad. There was I think one was reverse proof 70, enhanced, I think it was 13. They're not bad, but it does say Series 1 on the label. So I'm hanging on to those. But instantly, I basically lost $300 right off the bat.
Right.
This, you're still even. Like, that's the whole thing about it.
Yeah, I mean, and what do you like compared to? I mean, just a plain Jane Silver Eagle and Ep.7 or something. What are you down $60? I mean, but again, from what I see, there is a secondary market building for these, and who knows? These might go away. So let's look at the whole perspective of it. Let's say they do Ultra Breaks for a year, 2 years. 20 years from now, people are like, you remember those Ultra Breaks? And then the sealed packs are going to be worth money then, the Ultra Break holders, because by that time people will probably be like, oh, I'll crack them out. Just like GSA holders. People don't remember GSA holders were common. But what makes these 83 Carson City Morgan Silver dollars in a GSA holder sell for a premium over a regular is because in the 80s, dealers would pop off all the original holders. So the ones left in the holders with the original box and the COA that matches became a little more valuable.
Yeah.
So could that happen with Ultra Breaks? Possible. I think it's a possibility.
It's worth it though.
But again, we talk about what I like is, are you going to start seeing, this is a make or break thing for me. Are you going to start seeing people try to put together a complete Silver Eagle set?
I think so.
Like from 86 to now in Ultra Break holders.
Well, even now,
but you can't do it now because there's no 2011.
Well, true.
But like, are they going to start going? Are they going to do the? You could do a really cool. Oh, you know, it'd be a cool set.
What's that?
In a completable set, and not one that would break the bank. But you could do a gold label 80s, back to the 80s set, and go out and on the secondary market, buy the 86, 87, 88, and 89 in a gold label. Put that in a display box. That'd be cool.
Very difficult to do, but
difficult to do. It's a challenge, and that's what collecting is, right?
Yeah.
Is challenging to do something.
Yeah.
The good stuff is never easy or free.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I tell the people who call in with the close AM pennies. The good stuff is never easy or free. But there's a lot of room for it. And so some people, some people think it's gimmicky, and you can't help it. If it's not for you, it's not for you.
Yeah, I mean, and the only thing I can really, like I said earlier, the only thing I can relate this to is it's basically like baseball cards or football cards, or because I do collect some sports cards. Just it's just something that some people in my family did. I found joy in doing it too, and there's some cards out there that I've opened up and I don't think anything of, put them away, and it turns out Patrick Mahomes wins 3, Super Bowls. Well, a card that I think I paid maybe $10 for the whole thing. Now that individual card's like maybe $400 or $500.
Oh, wow.
As rookie or something. That appeals to me, And this is what I think we're missing in some ways with coin collecting is when you bought a coin, you just had the coin. Now you have an opportunity. It might be, depending on the percentages, you have a percentage to get something that is just an absolute home run. Yeah. And there's no telling what, like you said, if there's a group of people that are trying to finish sets, it's going to drive the prices up even more. It's going to be harder to put together. And I'm all in.
I'm seeing support on the secondary market. Yeah. I'm seeing some support. Obviously, it's not going to be 100% yet. It's still very early on, I think, in the Ultra Break thing. But the support is there. And like what really struck with me is when I start to talk to individuals outside of the business, because God knows I talk to my fair share of dealers day in and day out.
Yeah.
And we are just numb to a lot of things. And when I get the chance to talk to individuals and they get to tell me their perspective of things, it's just like, wow, this is pretty cool. Because I was in the boat. I was like, yeah, it's kind of gimmicky, but it's cool. It's fun. And I think what got me hooked is watching everybody here open it, and then the one girl get the gold label, and it's like, oh, we got a gold label. That's cool.
Yeah.
And so it became fun. And just like, we did the raffle the other day for the silver bar, the elimination raffle. That was fun. I was like, man, these are cool. I wish I could participate in these. So anything that makes this hobby more fun, I think is a good thing. And hats off to all the people at Ultra Breaks. And for those like who don't know, they sell out in minutes.
That type of support, I mean, I feel like fast forward to the future, this is something we're going to see at, possibly at shows. Imagine, we go to the fun show and there's a limited release. Only people that are going to be at the fun show can purchase this pack. Limit 2 per people. They've got a certain release with them, and everybody's there tearing open the packs, and they're so excited about it. I think that's something we might be headed toward. Especially, I mean, that's something.
Oh, that would be cool.
Yeah, but that's something that dealers, anyone, like everybody has any aspect of coins in their life, they're gonna love doing.
That's what they need to do next fun show.
Do a release.
Ultra Breaks needs
an
to do
Ultra Break
for only people.
A show release
For only people at the show.
Yes.
Set up at the show. And yeah, that would
and they can do. I mean, that's something. Make a phone call. Do it in tandem with PCGS. That's good publicity for both parties. And
it could be that current year coin.
No, but it could be, but like this, it could be, they just did one for 2024, so maybe they go retro and they go, I don't know, did they do one for 23? Yeah.
Yeah.
Go do one for 22 so that you want to eventually try to have the whole set, but you have these ones in there that, it could be 80, a 1990 or, chasing the 90s or whatever it may be, but that's something they could definitely think about doing, and then only people at the show have an opportunity to
What do you think about a redemption label? Like, let's say they did 2025 Silver Eagles with no chase coin, but you could redeem infinity coins back to Ultra Breaks for, a gold coin.
Okay, so this makes perfect sense because I think back to Vault Box.
Right.
So the issue with that is that if there was a gold coin in there, if it was a different, basically you could weigh the box unopened and find out what was in there, or have a good idea what was in there already.
Right.
It's simple
Because
math.
and the guys at Vault Box are going to call me.
I'm not trying to call them out. But
no, but we did it. We had a customer who bought 2 boxes.
Yeah.
And I weighed the boxes beforehand. And I said, this one's
different than this one.
I said, this one's going to have gold in it. You're going to be all right. And this one I think is 3 silver coins.
Yeah.
And I was right. And so again,
Vault Box, don't come after us. We're just saying that was an issue, and I hate to.
And I think they may have addressed it. I have stopped. And look, Vault Box sells out too.
Yes, they're doing it, but that for Ultra Break, because here's the issue: you have a Silver Eagle in the package, everything. Those are going to weigh within, the smallest amount of each other. If there's even any difference, they're going to be all the same. So if they had gold in that package, they could tell. They just have it on a scale and say, okay, that's gold, or that's a different size, or whatever it may be. But I think having a redemption label is absolutely the way to go, because that's what they do currently with really nice, and this is mainly, I think, with baseball cards, but you'll open the pack and the card itself says, redeemable with, the company, Beckett, or whoever it is that graded it for a 1 of 1, this specific card.
That would be cool.
So yeah, you can send that in to them, make a phone call, make sure that they got it. They send you the 1 of 1 card. I think they keep the redemption card itself, and they send you back the card. In this case, I think you would have to let the person
register that this specific serial number has been.
Make a phone call. Hey, call this number. Give us the serial number. Keep the Silver Eagle.
Nowadays they could probably QR code it, or enter the code onto the website.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Be redeemed. And another thing too, because some people would say, well, I can go buy a CACG Silver Eagle for $79. Why would I pay $129? Well, again, I told you, CACG, great coins, cool holders, love them. There's 62,000 of them in January in 70. Okay, there's 2,500 of these in Ultra Break. You have a chance of getting 1 of 300,
yeah,
or 1 of 30, and you have a chance of breaking off a coin that, for the smaller guy who can only afford $100 to $200 coins, a coin that you may never be able to afford ever. Or not ever, but just it's not in your budget. Times are tough, man. Milk's expensive, eggs are expensive. Some people out there who want to collect and they might not have the means to collect, and they can go out, or kids. Kids can. Let's say my daughter's 15. She doesn't have $1,000 to go spend on a 1986 Silver Eagle in Mint State 70.
That if she opened one of those in that pack, I mean, she'd be.
So my daughter's big in collecting.
Yeah.
So I have not even showed her these because I don't want to get her. I don't want to get her started.
Yeah.
She's on her own. She's got her collection going, and I don't want to unfocus her. But these are fun. But like I said, and I didn't think about the whole aspect of sitting down together with family members. And like the guy told me, he's like, it's like a family reunion. Every time one comes out, I get to like, I would normally go so long without seeing these guys and my family. And now we get together, it's like a potluck. People bring food, drinks. And even here, when we get the batch of these in,
everybody
comes and goes around. All right, what'd you get? And
that's what tells me that
they're onto something.
They're onto something for one. But whenever you're coin collecting, you have your coin buddies, your coin group that you're talking to. But whenever you're wanting to tell people that don't normally collect coins about something, then it's something really great. This, getting everybody together, I guarantee, because you told me about the gentleman.
Yeah.
Okay, I guarantee if someone even brings up silver,
right,
gold, he's like, have you heard about the Ultra Breaks? He's going to be part of that program for a while. But all those people out there, just like that guy, they're going to make this something that's going to be popular for a long time.
Yeah, and like I said too, like everybody pays at least $129.95, like on these.
Yeah,
because each release is a different price.
Yeah,
obviously because they're different coins, and so these are $129.95. So if you waited in line and you got them, you paid $129.95.
Mm-hmm.
So everybody's starting out at the same point.
Yeah,
everybody's starting out at $129.95, and I'm here to tell you that we sell these on eBay for more than $129.95 after they come out. Like, and I'm not the only one. There's a lot of people. That's what they do. They get them, and they wait in line, and then they go sell them on eBay for more money, and and they sell out.
Yeah.
So if you are lucky enough to get these at the initial price, you can't. Everybody's a winner.
Yeah, basically.
And so the next ones that are coming out, they're coming out February 29th, I believe.
You got some time.
So you got some time. They're going to be the Proof 70s Silver Eagles with some back to the 80s Chase Proof 70s. And they're going to be $229.95. So in the website, if you want to go straight to Ultra Breaks, it's a limit of 3 packs per household. Mm-hmm. And they will sell out very quickly. And so it's at noon, and you'd have to see if it's Eastern or Central Standard or what time zone. It is ultrabreaks.com, mm-hmm. and you can go to their website and you can try to order it there. But we're going to do something fun.
Oh.
So I do have a few of these left. I got to go make a count. I don't know how much we have left of these. So we're going to put a link up in the description for whatever we have left. We'll do them at the issue price of $129.95.
Oh my gosh!
So you can go.
So it's like you.
It was like you
were there on
you
the
were
website
there
ordering
on the order. It is $129.95. There's no additional markup, no credit card fees. $120, and it ships completely free. We'll ship it out there to you. We want to hear your feedback. If you do get a coin, I probably only have 10 or so.
Oh yeah.
I don't have a lot. I gotta go. I mean, we just sold 20 on the website to one person. Mm-hmm. So I don't have many. So I'm going to put the link in the description. So
first come, first serve.
First come, first serve.
Yeah. Wait, can I buy one?
You've already bought one, Ben. And first come, first serve, $129.95 at the issue price, and you see what you think about it.
Yeah. At least, and
it's a second chance opportunity, guys.
Yeah,
chance opportunity.
And you get something cool, comment and let us know.
But there's going to be one less because I haven't got one this year.
Okay.
And I want to open one. I'm just gonna open one now.
Okay.
I don't because I haven't got one yet. Which one should I open? Left or right?
Oh.
Should I switch them up?
I'm not gonna make this decision for you, Walt. You're gonna have to do it.
This one feels heavy. I want to go with this one. So basically, here's all you do with them. You're gonna rip it open. Can't be that difficult. Ooh,
crispy.
Ooh, I see. I got it covered. I got it covered there. Oh man, this is exciting.
It is, yeah.
Ultra Breaks. So I got the gray one. So that means that there's an infinity and gold. You got one more chance to get an infinity or gold because I didn't get it.
Yeah.
But yeah, look at the holders, man. They did a really good job.
Yeah, they look really good.
And I wonder, and we tried the NFC tag, right?
Yeah, so that doesn't work.
Yeah. So it just recognized it outside of it, but it says just so everybody's clear, my phone says unable to connect to database.
So it sees the chip, but it doesn't let you connect to and tell you
to
what
see
it is.
what label it is. So
You won't know until you open it.
If you don't know this by now, technology is catching up with the coin industry, and NGC has QR codes on the back, which I absolutely love. I use them all the time. I sit at the desk when we buy coins, QR code them. I get to see the population of the coin. I get to see an image of the coin.
Brings you straight to
it. Same thing. The same thing with the NFC tag. Mm-hmm. Normally, if this wouldn't be an ultra break, it'd bring you straight to the the product should tell you what label it is and everything, so that you could verify its authenticity. Just furthermore to verify it. But yeah, man, these are really cool.
One of 2,500 in your hands, Walt.
Yeah, and again, like I said, that sounds like a lot. Again, we had a guy comment on YouTube the other day. Put it up on display.
Put it on that. Yeah, there you go.
I'm gonna put it on display.
You got to show it off, Walt.
So we had a guy comment the other day on one video. We was talking about a coin, and he said, the population's 1,532 coins. That's not a lot. Well, if 3,000 people are putting together sets, then yeah, it's
there's not enough to go around.
There's not enough to go around. 1,500,
Okay, so let's maybe, and that's the hard thing. If you read a text message from someone, a comment, in what context are we talking? Is that really rare? Well, of course, there's some coins out there that there's one that exists. That's rare.
Well, no, it's not an 83.0 where they minted 840 are known to exist.
Well, yeah, but if there's 18,000 of one coin in a mint state 61, that's pretty common. That's one grade.
I hate to tell you, 1995 W Proof 70 Silver Eagle and PCS Proof 70 sold for as much as $90,000 at auction. Why? Is it rare? What's the mintage on them? 30,000?
Yeah.
Is it rare? Well, I mean, you could just say
it is rare. Yeah,
it's a rare coin. Because millions of people collect silver American Eagles.
When the supply can't keep up with the demand, that's when we see a price increase, and that's when I would consider it rare. 1,500 is not a lot. 2,500, it's not a lot of coins.
It's all relative.
Yeah.
Do you know? Again, you could say, is it rare for somebody to make $50,000 a year? This is how I'm going to put this in perspective. Is it rare for somebody to make $50,000 a year? I'm like, no. Right? $50,000 a year? I mean, heck, I don't think you could live on that in New York. Do you know the percentage of the global population that makes less than $2 a day? So it is rare.
Yeah.
So when it's all relative. And so these populations of 2,330 coins, it's rare.
And the interesting thing is that they're only doing this release. So you have that opportunity to buy it. Otherwise, you're going to get it on the secondary market. I mean, so as time goes on, I think we're going to see the value of these, even, population 2,500, we're going to see the value of those go up.
So they're going to release 3,000 coins or so on the proof. Don't kill me. I don't know the exact numbers. Between 2,000 and 3,000 probably. Or no, I'm sorry, 1,500. Regardless of what it is, let's just take this release. They did 3,000 coins, and they sold out in minutes at a maximum of 5 per household.
Right.
So what is that?
5 per household at 3,000?
Mm-hmm.
What do you mean? What is that?
Yeah, 5. So how many households is that? 600? No, that's 600 households. Yeah. Fair. I mean, it's just a rough estimation, right? So right there's 600 people. Like if you just bare bones minimum'd it, there's 600 individuals, which we all know that's not the case, that are chasing after 30 of the infinity labels. Mm-hmm. Again, it's 30. I mean, some people say 30 is not rare. 1 of 1 is rare.
Yeah.
Listen, we've handled a 1 of 1. It was $1 million.
Yeah.
Not many people are willing to collect $1 million coins. So again, if you're a collector on a budget, I think Ultra Breaks, I think it's a great. This is the whole point of the episode, right? Is it good for the hobby? Yes. Is it good for the collector? Yes. Is there some cons to it? I'm sure there is. I'm just not seeing them.
It's just a lot of fun too.
It's fun.
It's a lot of fun.
I think people should try it at least once.
Yeah, I mean, you don't know, so just try it out.
Yeah. So there you go. We're gonna put a link in the website for however many Ultra Breaks. We don't have many.
Yeah.
We never get many. We just all try to get on the computers and order them at the same time. So $129.95, and we do these as favors for clients. We try to order it for them because we're, our internet connection is typically more reliable here. The reason I say that is we're having an internet outage today. But so $129.95 for whatever we have left, exclusively at championrarities.com. And again, this is just as a thank you for the people who listen and an opportunity for you guys who listen. If you want to participate in Ultra Breaks, you're not going to find them less than $129.95.
Yeah, and I think we want to start doing more stuff like this in the future,
Yeah. And if y'all, I definitely want to do giveaways. And the first person to order, I'll tell you what, I'll even throw something else in.
Here we go.
First person to order, whether you order one or whatever I have, we will send you a Edition 1 Champion Rarities hat.
A Champion Rarities hat.
Yeah, do you remember the hats with the black patch? Yeah, I've got one brand new one left.
Well, you better be the first one.
Oh, yeah. All right, guys. Well, I appreciate y'all tuning in. If you have any comments, please leave it. And till next time.